The Minifreak Vocoder is awesome, and I'm going to show you why I think that as soon as I shout out today's patron, and that patron shout out goes to Daniel N. Harris. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. Okay, we are once again back at the Arturia Minifreak, and today we are talking about the Vocoder. Now, this is not my first time looking at the Vocoder. I actually did a Sunday Sessions video with it a few days ago, so you can go watch that video, where I basically just messed around with it for about 10 minutes or so, I think, maybe a little less than that. But the major takeaway I got from that was that it's super easy to get it to sound good, and it also works really well with the sequencer. You can have a lot of fun just with the sequencer and a basic patch with the vocoder. But today we're actually going to look at how the vocoder works and how Arturia chose to handle it, because it really lets you do some pretty cool stuff with it, and it makes it universally usable basically across any patch. But first, I want to take a peek at this microphone that the vocoder edition of the Minifreak comes with. So this is the white Minifreak vocoder edition, and it comes with this gooseneck microphone here. As you can see, it's got this like flexible bendy tube. I don't know what you call this. Little microphone on the end there. It's got a 1/4-inch plug, and it has this really nice, high-quality feeling little metal plate, and it can actually pop right off of that. While this metal plate definitely is high quality, like I mentioned, and it has these little rubber feet on the bottom, it's kind of awkward. Like, I don't really know where to put it. And I was kind of struggling with that, especially because I wanted to use this gooseneck microphone in my live setting, but my Minifreak is on a keyboard stand there, so I didn't know how to handle it. But then I received a comment from one of my Minifreak videos from the user Ropeburn6684, and they say, "Bruh, I just found the microphone screws onto the Minifreak itself. On the corner by the power switch, there's 3 fitting threads. Screw the actual mic holder off the base plate and onto there. 2mm hex screws, and voila, no more clumsy stand getting in the way, no more cabling being too short with angled stands and stuff." They also said, as far as I know, this isn't mentioned anywhere. No manual, no tutorial, nowhere. Well, first of all, a huge thank you to Ropeburn6684 for pointing this out, and second of all, we are going to change the fact that no one has covered this. We are going to take a look at it right now. So I have my hex screw right here on this little driver, and we are going to pull these screws out. And sure enough, this little clip comes off the back of the metal stand here. This is what the mic actually slots into. And now, believe it or not, I'm seeing that there are 3 of these holes right here that are threaded. It looks like it's going to line up perfectly with the screw holes on the little clamp here. Yeah. Wow. All right, there we go. I've got the mic clip right on the back of the Minifreak there. Let's go ahead and insert the microphone. Oh man, nice. And then we'll run the audio in. And there we go. That's going to make this video a whole lot easier to film, and it's going to make using this in a live setting a lot easier too. So again, thank you to Ropeburn6684 for pointing that out. Now, let's look at the vocoder itself. So, as you can see, we're on a completely initialized patch here. We're going to keep it like that. We don't need to do anything with our oscillators to get to the vocoder. And that's because the vocoder is an effect. If you didn't know, on the Minifreak you get digital effects. You have 3 different slots, and there are a variety of types: chorus, super unison, phaser, flanger, delay, distortion, bit crusher, 3-band EQ, peak EQ, multi-compressor, vocoder self, and vocoder external. We want vocoder external, and as soon as I toggle it on, you're going to hear the sound stops, and that's because now it is waiting for my voice.
Because as soon as I talk into the microphone, you'll hear the vocoder.
And there are also 3 different types of vocoder. You can hold shift and adjust the effect knob here to get to clean, vintage, narrow, or gated. I really like clean. That's just how I prefer a vocoder to sound. We've got a couple controls for the vocoder. We've got the decay. We've got the formant.
So we can go.
I find that I don't necessarily like how the formant sounds in the lower numbers. I prefer it either neutral or a bit higher. And then the last knob here controls the amount of dry microphone signal that goes into the sound. So as I turn it up, you're going to hear my real voice come through more and more. Just like that. And you can actually hear it through the microphone when I'm not playing the keys as well. And of course, because we still have 2 more effect slots, we can do all kinds of cool stuff, like turn on a bit crusher. How about that? Can turn some reverb on here. And of course, all of these parameters are modulatable via the mod matrix as well. Keep in mind, we haven't even touched either of our 2 oscillators yet. We're just on basic waves. On oscillator 1, oscillator 2 has no level. Let's just change this to like car plus strong. Go to oscillator 2, bring it in. We'll set the type there to 2 operator FM. I took off the bit crusher and the reverb. Again, because the vocoder is just an effect, we get access to all of the synth's normal parameters, including the voice count. We can set this to unison. We also have full access to our envelope. It's pretty cool. Of course, we also have access to pitch bend, so you could play like a lead line. I'm not really able to see the keyboard when I do that, so sorry. But perhaps my favorite thing about the vocoder being an effect is we can just go to any existing preset and turn the vocoder on. So let's pick a preset here. Let's just go to OBX. This is a preset from the vintage sound set sound pack called Dreamwaves Volume 2. Super warm, just sounds amazing in my opinion. Let's look at the effects. We've got chorus, we've got delay, and we've got reverb. Let's go to effect 2, which is the delay, and set that to the vocoder. Let's bring the format down to like neutral, and let's actually get quite a bit more reverb going. Let's set the reverb to long.
This is a beautiful sound, and it still remains intelligible, at least in my opinion. And I think it really lets the reverb shine here, as it sort of washes over everything. I really dig this.
Remember, we can do this with any preset. Let's grab my favorite bass from this pack, Astra. Once again, we have chorus, then we have distortion, and 3-band EQ. Let's sacrifice the EQ for a vocoder. I'm gonna bring up the wet distortion knob. It's just a really fun way to immediately start playing with your voice to make different sounds using pre-existing presets. And again, I did show you how easy it is to take something initialized and make something brand new with it. In fact, let's do that one more time here. We'll go virtual analog for oscillator 2. Gonna go monophonic. little bit of filter movement there, courtesy of the envelope. Down an octave. Let's just go into sound edit. Turn up the preset volume itself. I'm gonna pretend like I don't immediately think of Tom Sawyer. Oh yeah, fat through that chorus. Boost it with some distortion. And now we'll go into the vocoder. I think it just works so well. It's nothing fancy, it's just a pretty simple vocoder that you can tack on as an effect to what is already an incredibly complex and deep-divey synth, of course, if you want it to be. And I know someone's probably going to ask, no, you can't stack instances of the vocoder. So I've already got vocoder on effect slot 3. If I go to effect slot 1, the last thing I can choose is multicomp. So I can't have multiple vocoders, but you can put the vocoder in any slot that you want. So now I can have it as effect 1, and we still have our distortion in effect slot 2. Let's put the chorus after the distortion. Now we'll turn the vocoder on in slot 1, turn on the arpeggiator.
And now we have a bit different of a sound. I think sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, see? Now we're getting into it. That's where stuff can start to get cool. When you start experimenting with the placement of the vocoder, we haven't even modulated any of this here, so let's go ahead and modulate the formant of our vocoder. So we'll put that in assign slot 1. Yep, perfect. And let's just assign an LFO to control that. I'm going to set the depth pretty deep, and let's bring the rate of the LFO down. And I'm going to change the shape of the LFO to a square wave. And I'm going to max out the depth, just for fun. Obviously, we didn't do anything crazy with the LFO there. Really setting that up would take a lot more time than I want to devote to one video, because I would like, ideally, most people to actually make it to the end of this video, so we don't need to have it as, 45 minutes long. But you get the idea. Let's hear what this sounds like.
Sounds pretty cool.
We're going to go into voice. We're going to bring down the unison spread. This thing is freaking awesome. I think it sounds incredible. I love it. This is a game changer. Look at that. I don't need the stand. I can have this in like a live setting. I freaking love the Minifreak. It's such a cool synth. Oh man. I'm going to wrap this one up because I'm going to throw this back onto the live rig and start messing around with it more. Start working on stuff. This thing's a blast to use. Anyway, the vocoder sounds awesome. Hopefully you agree. There's so much you can do. Keep in mind, this is like 0.5% of the depth that you can get out of it. I just wanted to show how it works and why I think that having it an effect is a lot cooler than having it as an oscillator type. I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Arturia, for sending me this amazing synthesizer. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye.